This next subsection examines how ICTs have come to the help of governments in addressing goals to promote the concept of justice and to provide strong institutions and partnerships. This section specifically addresses goals 16 and 17 of the SDGs. The world has committed itself to a more humane and inclusive society. And goal 16 is to promote peaceful and inclusive societies, to provide access and justice for all, and to build effective, accountable, and inclusive institutions at all levels. Within goal 16 specifically, are ICTs, governance and e-government, ICTs and the preservation of cultural diversity and resources, and ICTs and peace. There are a wide-ranging applications of the use of ICTs in e-government. We have come a long way in the last 15 years. Essentially, the use of ICTs and its application by the government for the provision of information and public services to the people is what e-government is about. Therefore, it can be referred to as the use and application of ICTs in public administration to streamline and integrate workflows and processes, effectively manage data and information, and enhance public service delivery. Let's look at one very interesting case. In Vanuatu, a remote island in the South Pacific, the birth certificate is a key document to ensure benefits and protection. Given its isolation, it is difficult for a remote island to get this from the capital. The UNICEF, along with the government of Vanuatu, has been using mobile phones to register births of children, especially in the distant islands. The birth registration system simplifies the process by allowing information about a newborn baby to be entered into a pre-programmed mobile phone, which in turn sends the data to a specific civil registry database. E-governance makes possible other forms of public engagement with government. Government websites and portals can include citizen chapters for citizens to be aware of their rights with reference to specific services. Websites can promote online discussions, online voting on specific issues, making decision-making participatory. Social media can serve as an additional information channel, a mechanism for feedback and consultation, enhance citizen participation, and as a platform for increased interagency collaboration. Looking at another dimension of justice, that is cultural diversity, resources, and the preservation of these. ICTs can today be used through a carefully planned strategy to preserve culture through two processes. One is the process of digitization, the documentation basically in digital form of existing cultural resources and the creation of digital products such as videos, animations, tutorials, booklets, and interactive websites that outline histories and cultures. Once such digitization has taken place, there is a need for distribution, and the use of emerging technologies and contemporary cultural modes of expression, including Web 2 applications, can be used to promote cultures across the world. A third dimension of justice is peace. There can be no development without peace. And very simply, while in and of themselves technologies cannot create peace, they can certainly contribute to an environment where people can easily communicate, share, and talk to each other and understand a given situation. In the Philippines, large-scale demonstrations organized via cell phones and SMS were a major factor in forcing President Joseph Estrada to resign, thus bringing about change without large-scale violence. In India, following a horrific rape of a young woman in 2012, large-scale demonstrations, again organized countrywide via cell phones, SMS, Facebook pages, compelled the government to enact fresh laws making for stricter punishment for crimes against women. When we look at partnerships, which is Goal 17 of the Sustainable Development Goals, reflects a recognition that these goals cannot be achieved without a sustained collaborative effort among all stakeholders. So we have to move from a shift in a delivery of development goals from the global community to national governments, whose responsibility it is to implement and achieve the goals to which their country has subscribed in 2015. The Global Partnership for Sustainable Development is a multi-stakeholder network of more than 150 data champions harnessing the data revolution for sustainable development. Its members represent a full range of stakeholders, that is, data producers and users, governments, companies, civil society groups, international organizations, academic institutions, foundations, statistics agencies, and data communities. The Global Partnership serves an invaluable convener, connector, and catalyst, building trust and encouraging collaboration among stakeholders to fill critical data gaps and ensure that data are accessible and usable to address many of the SDGs. So to summarize this section, government consists of a formal superstructure, while governance is concerned with outcomes of government functioning. The purpose of ICT interventions in government is to optimize efficiency and provide citizen-friendly services that encourage greater participation. Social media in particular have enabled and increased government's reach, interaction, and engagement with citizens. Two ways in which ICTs can be used to preserve and promote cultural heritage are digitization and distribution. ICTs can also be used in conflict prevention and management, peace operations, humanitarian relief, and post-conflict peace building and reconstructions. And to promote peace, ICTs can be used by communities to understand each other.